So just wanted to make a note for the background that I'm doing. My idea for the painting is a moon in a night sky reflecting over water. So very simple, something to just kind of get me back into the flow of painting. My color base that I'm going to be using is just simple black, white, and French ultramarine blue. I will say, I've been painting for over 20 years, so I'm not a student, but I am not, I'm not a rich professional. Yes, I've gone to school. Yes, I have 2 degrees in art, but I'm not an expert per se. I am not just an artist. I just paint. I have not gone to art school. I am not classically trained. I have pretty much done a lot of research on how to do certain things, trial and error, basically. One thing I will say when it comes to paint, if you don't care about the texture of paint or the end result that you get when you paint, then maybe don't worry so much about the brand. There are some brands out there that, you don't have to get the expensive brand of paint to create a good painting or even a beautiful painting. It doesn't have to be $40 for a tube of paint that's this size, which that does exist. However, in my personal experience, I prefer to work with brands that, for me, work. Now, to say this right out, this is not a promotional video. I am not promoting any of these products. These are just products that I have used for years, and they are what work for me and what I personally like to use. Again, this is not a promotional video. I prefer to use Grumbacher and Windsor and Newton Winston oil color. I recently did a oil painting a couple months ago and went to a store to get, I suppose, their brand of oil paint, and I was mixing the 2 oil paints. This black one seemed to do okay, and this is not, I'm not going to show you this brand. If you've already seen it, please ignore it. This is not to put down this store's brand. It's just that for me personally, for what I like to do, this is not satisfactory to me. And I have found, and if you are on the path of being an oil painter or experimenting in oils, you will also find, same with anything else, not all brands, not all oils, not all paints are created equal. This was the case that I discovered, which you would think if I'd been painting for 20 years I'd already know that. And I do know that, but I have been so faithful to these 2 brands. There's another brand that really, really well, and I would recommend, and again, this is not a promotional video. I've used these brands for years, that when I went and got a completely separate brand, it just never occurred to me that, the quality of the paint would not be up to par with what I am used to. And again, you don't have to go out and buy the expensive paint to create a beautiful painting. It's all personal preference. My personal preference, Grumbacher, Windsor new. Store-based, I don't want to say I have to be desperate, but just my personal preference. Mixing the two different types of oils, it did not work. I was getting frustrated on why something was just not working with colors that I was mixing, and then it hit me because I'm not using what I usually prefer to use. Just a note. And this is the third brand that I really like to use. I did end up getting some samples of this, not from the company. It was from, I believe it was an artist that came to the university, and they had a bunch of samples. And this brand, I find it really good. This color, Prussian blue, is just my absolute favorite blue color. I'm trying to not use the rest of it until I'm able to buy some more. This brand is Graham and Company. Not expensive, but again, not super cheap. Excellent brand. I love what they make their colors, their oils with. They use walnut oil. The flow of this paint on a canvas is just heavenly. It doesn't require a lot of thinning down to make it flow well, but again, depending on what you're doing, there's that. So those are my three personal preferences when it comes to oil paint that I like to use. And this is the third brand that I really like to use. I did end up getting some samples of this, not from the company. It was from, I believe it was an artist that came to the university, and they had a bunch of samples. And this brand, I find it really good. This color, Prussian blue, is just my absolute favorite blue color. And I'm trying to not use the rest of it until I'm able to buy some more. This brand is Graham and Company. Not expensive, but again, not super cheap. Excellent brand. I love what they make their colors, their oils with. They use walnut oil. The flow of this paint on a canvas is just heavenly. It doesn't require a lot of thinning down to make it flow well, but again, depending on what you're doing, there's that. So those are my three personal preferences when it comes to oil paint.